Synergy has been using the Arise platform since late 2004 and has actually made it a priority to gauge other work from home agents that strive to provide excellent customer service for our clients. So we are in the business of allowing you to work from home. Now, our support begins from the moment the agent or yourself reaches out to Synergy while researching our call center companies. We review your applicable skill sets, interest, and lifestyles in order to match the client that best fits you. It is also important to involve you in this process because, let's face it, you are the one that's making this large decision to be able to work from home, and we need to have you engaged at every step of the way because we definitely want this to be a win-win for everyone involved, and we want to make it a good fit for you. All right. And as we go through this process, and you will see some of the companies that we actually support, and some will be very familiar to you. So, because quite honestly, many of you spend your money at a lot of these particular companies on a weekly or monthly basis. So why not take that income that you spend at these different businesses and possibly help those businesses to also be successful by supporting the customers, other customers just like yourself, but you'll just be on the other side of the phone assisting those customers. Okay. We also encourage you to visit their websites, the company's websites, because this will give you an overall view possibly of what type of customer calls you'll be taking and what type of questions customers will have when they call in. You know, what I like to use as an analogy is think of the things that you call maybe your cable company for, your cell phone company. You call them to, pay your bill, make a payment arrangement. Maybe you're adding a feature. Maybe you're taking a feature off. Maybe you're moving and you need to make sure your services transfer. All of those types of things are items that we would potentially help our customers with, depending on the type of client you decide to support. Now, our HR department is responsible for making sure that you have the documents, the tools, equipment, and resources necessary in order to be successful from day one of the certification course. Our goal is to identify any potential roadblocks early in the process, as this will allow us to have a higher certification success rate and encourages long-term retention and success with the company. Many agents have moved forward to form their own mini call centers. However, many remain with Synergy for many years, and they may just introduce their friends and family to this awesome opportunity that we have available to us. So, just so you are aware, we do have two avenues or two paths that you could potentially take, either right out the gate or at a later time. So you do have the option of servicing as a client support professional for Synergy Service Solutions, or you may be the more adventurous type, or maybe you already have businesses that you have established that you would like to incorporate this process as part of your own personal business. And just so you're aware, as that business is developed and or created, there are some prerequisites for creating that business. So if that is an avenue that you're interested in particularly, please reach out to us and we can go over how we can assist you with getting started in creating your own business and helping you make the right decisions and, down the right path. Now, with that being said, what we offer with our Arise partnership, because as I stated, Synergy is a premier partner with Arise. We're at a bronze status at this stage, and we definitely are rated and graded to obtain our statuses. So we don't just get laxed on our morals and things of that nature. Once we were induced into the premier partnership, there are different metrics and things of that nature that Synergy is required to meet in order to maintain that rating, to maintain that partnership. So with that being said, we look for the agents in our departments and within our company to help us to maintain that, because, without you, we do not exist. And we're actually, held to a standard for metrics based on what our agents in our corporation does. If you're successful on the client, are you able to work long-term on the client? Do you pass the certifications of the client? Is there something that we could have done better to help assist you to get you to the finish line. So we'll go over a lot of those things later on in the presentation and as we take you down your, this journey. But, what are some of the things that we do offer with our Arise partnership? Arise is able to provide to Synergy and subsequently you the ability to support Fortune 500 and sometimes Fortune 100 companies from your home. As you remember, I did mention that some of these companies you probably spend your money at least on a weekly basis. We have a variety of different accounts. We cover some of the cruise ship reservations, different cruise ship companies, theme parks, some of the major theme parks. And if you think real hard, you'll be able to figure out who those are. We support cable companies, various roadside assistance companies, and major retailers. Some of the major retailers, either department stores or possibly even home improvement stores, that we would be able to provide inbound customer service, sales, or tech support for these companies. And it's very important that you realize that as a agent with Synergy Service Solutions, that we are actually representing these companies as if we worked in the brick and mortar buildings of these companies. So when the customers call in, they do not know that you may be at your home, in your office, at your desk. When we answer those phones, we are XYZ Cable Company, and we present ourselves as such. And we also present ourselves as a united front. We're part of that company. It's not someone there or they, it's us, we, us. I'll be more welcome and, more than happy to assist you, that type of thing. So we never want to make that distinction that we are not part of the larger, bigger company. Now, with these trainings that we have available to us for the particular companies, we have various training schedules available. Those training schedules can be set based on what the company needs. If we need 400 or 500 agents, they may be inclined to offer the trainings at different intervals during the day or different time frames during the day in order to fill those courses. I will tell you that if we have a company or a training that we're holding, that means we definitely have work for you once you're out of that training. Okay. Now, one of the great things about working from home is to be able to have that flexibility in your schedule. And I can tell you that most of our clients only ask us to work a minimum of 15 hours. And we may have one or two that say 20 hours a week, and we have a few that even say maybe 10 hours a week. And so we'll kind of go over that as we develop and review the client that would be a good fit for you and how it will also fit into your current lifestyle. Maybe you work a full-time job currently. And I can tell you that many of the agents that do partner with us work full-time jobs. So you could be a stay-at-home mom and do this full-time or just maybe part-time, and you still want to have the time, available maybe to homeschool your kids or just be able to go to the PTA meetings and things of that nature and participate in your child's education. But we also, on the other spectrum, have individuals that work full-time and utilize this opportunity as a way to earn additional revenue to, supplement their home incomes, things of that nature. Maybe they have a trip on the horizon, or maybe they're saving for a new house or a new car. So you can definitely utilize this vehicle, this opportunity to do that. Now, with the types of companies that we do support, as you can imagine, most of them are most likely busy on the weekends. And just face it, most of us would not choose to work a weekend if we didn't have, if we had a choice. However, most of our companies are very busy on the weekend. So we may also ask you, as part of your minimum 15 hours a week, to possibly do 5 of those 15 hours on a weekend. And for us, weekends are typically Sunday and or Saturday or any combination of those 2 days. But sometimes a company may also be busy like on a Monday. Maybe Monday mornings are very busy for a particular company. So they may ask that you work 5 or 7.5 hours on Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, or any combination thereof. Now, keep in mind that I've always stated and covered the minimum hours. That means that this is what we would expect for you to do to maintain a active partnership with Synergy and subsequently Arise. Now, we do have the ability to work more hours than that based on the customers or the client's availability and hours of operation. So say, for instance, if a business is open from 8 a.m. in the morning to 12 midnight, then you would actually be given a schedule to be able to select the time frames that you would like to work during those open hours of operation. Some of our accounts may be closed on Sundays. Some may be closed on weekends entirely. And then we have a few that are 24 hours a day. So having that flexibility of picking a client that may be 24 hours and maybe fitting it in, maybe after you've helped the kids with their homework in the evening, you decide, well, I can work 2 or 3 hours a night after I've done all my family duties, things of that nature. So as you can see, this can be molded to fit what you have going on in your life. Now, with that being said, I will tell you what we are looking for, and I will also add that we're not looking for everyone. We want individuals that can show and exhibit professionalism. They're reliable and responsible. As you can imagine, when you work from home, we have to put a good amount of faith in you as the agent that you're going to actually show up and come to work when you told me you would. It's not like being in a building where I can watch the time clock and say, hey, Sharice hasn't punched in yet. Now I need to call her. I need to have that faith that you're going to show up for work just as you scheduled the hours. And even more importantly, because it is so flexible, because you chose the hours, then we put the heavy burden on you to follow through with that. And to be honest with you, it's not a burden at all. In order to do this, you have to be that type of person, that go-getter, that person who's dependable. You're always wanting to learn new skills. Enthusiastic. Who wants to hear a dry customer service agent on the phone, or someone who's speaking to you to help you with maybe your bill, or maybe you're calling in to plan a trip, and the person on the other end just doesn't sound very interested in what they're helping you with? Oh, that could be a downer. So these are the types of qualities that we're looking for. You definitely have to be disciplined and good at time management. Be a very independent spirit. Working from home is not for everyone. And you will find that once you do start working from home, every friend and neighbor will come out of the woodwork. And there's going to always be something going on. Oh, we're going to a picnic. Do you want to join us? Well, you have to have that discipline to say, I've selected to work this afternoon, so I would have to join you maybe after I'm done with servicing my hours. We count on you, and we count on you to make the right decisions. And a few other good skills and attributes that we're looking for are individuals that are good planners. They have good listening skills. As a customer service agent, you are there to help the customer, so you have to be able to listen to what they're saying. Give them the opportunity to explain why they're calling. And then, you would like to respond with, I would be more than happy to assist you today. And these are the things I can do for you. You also have to be flexible and adaptable. Since we are dealing with different technologies and working from home, you have to be patient. You have to be a person who will not allow little hiccups in technology to just throw you all out of whack and just say, I'm just done. I'm just throwing it up in the air. I quit. You have to be able to take the little bumps. It is technology. Nothing's perfect. And just as humans they're not perfect. So we're introducing humans and technology, and you just have to be patient and be willing to learn, and just, willing to learn new skills. Of course, we do ask and require that all of our support professionals are 18 years of age and older. And we also are always looking for bilingual agents. We have many, many opportunities for different agents that may speak French, Spanish. Sometimes we even need Portuguese. And from time to time, depending on the client, we may even have Quebecois, which is a version of French for the Canadian market. So as you can see, with Synergy and the partnership with Arise, we have opportunity to cross borders, cross language lines, and be able to help customers in all different types of businesses. Now, as a client support professional or CSP, as we like to refer to you as, you will be an independent contractor. You will be providing that customer service, sales, or tech support, and we will determine, which one best fits you. Not everyone is suited to be a technical person on the phones with the customer. That's where that patience will come in. So we do service many different clients, and you do get to choose the client that you would like to work, as well as the schedule you would like to work. Again, those are the big, big factors that makes Arise what it is because we do have that flexibility. And we definitely welcome you to join us in your PJs as we grow together. And, we say this is a business you can do from your kitchen table or, any quiet location that you may have in your home. And it doesn't necessarily require that you get dressed to do the work. Some of us have our routines. You may get your coffee, you get your shower in the morning, and you go in your office and you start your day. So I did want to spend a few moments on what is an independent contractor, because you've heard me mention that just a couple times. And if you can just imagine, just as a doctor must pay for their schooling and their licenses to participate, to get their certifications, things of that nature, and they put in a lot of time to learn their craft. Once they're done, then they do like internships and residencies and things of that nature. So we have a similar type of project or program where you do and are required to subsidize your certification trainings. So you pay for those. Sometimes those trainings also involve, putting your time aside to complete the self-paced work or the in-person live training courses that we provide to you with instructors. So you would have to make that commitment to be there, and to also, as a business, you would have the responsibility of paying your own taxes. So if you can equate this as if you were a W-2 employee, at the end of the year, you get a W-2 and you file your tax returns, things of that nature. As an independent contractor, you receive what's called a 1099 miscellaneous document. It looks similar to a W-2, but what it states is that you're in business for yourself and that you're also required to investigate and research how and when you are required to pay your quarterly taxes to the IRS. As all of you know, the IRS wants their tax money, and they do like to have that as you earn it. So, one recommendation I would have, maybe two, would be to take a look at the irs.gov website and do a search for independent contractor. There's a whole subset of information on the website that will be very helpful to you. Tells you how to calculate what your estimated taxes may be and what to use to determine those. All right, so as long as we walk away from this knowing that this is something that you would need to take care of yourself, and you can also even reach out to the individual that may currently do your tax returns for you now. If you use an accountant or a bookkeeper, someone who handles that for you or your family currently, you can have this discussion with them to, hey, how should I be handling my taxes? And do you see or foresee any obstacles or hurdles that I need to make sure I take care of before I get started? And then also don't forget that because you will be working from home in a home office, you have computer equipment, will be using phone lines, things of that nature. These are items that in most cases for individuals are tax deductible. You know, they're deductions that you take for a home business so they can be utilized to reduce any tax monies you may owe. And each person's situation is different. You know, a lot of individuals work full-time jobs, so maybe they already have enough taxes taken off on that full-time job. So that's why we kind of draw the line and hesitate to advise on taxes, because everybody's situation is different. You know, but we can definitely point you in the right direction and give you some suggestions on where to look up some of this information and who to reach out to. The different positions that we hire for, you know, a lot of our companies, sometimes we're using technology such as video. One of our tax service companies, the agents are on telephone, but they also have the ability to use video webcam to assist the customer from their homes, to maybe help with tech support issues, or just to say, you know, Miss Smith, can I see your screen so I can kind of take a look at the error message that you're getting? So just keep in mind, most of the things that you could possibly do in a regular brick and mortar call center, we have the technology to be able to do that from your home office. We also hire for, as I mentioned a little earlier, roadside assistance. We definitely often you need bilingual assistance on those accounts too. And bilingual agents are very important to us, because what that does is it also allows us to minimize some cost in the entire program, because if we do not have the agents available to answer calls in a different language, we often have to utilize outside interpreter services to assist our agents. So me being a English speaking person, if I were to take a call from a Spanish speaking person, I would have to place that person on hold while I contacted an interpreter in some cases to say, you know, I have a customer on the line, they speak Spanish, could you interpret the call for me? Now, if we have our own internal agents that speak these languages, we can connect to a special line just for the, say Spanish, and that agent would ask me one or two questions because they're already familiar with the program that we're working, meaning roadside assistance or retail. And they'll say, you know, what program are you working? What language do you need? And most likely I'm already calling or speaking to the Spanish line for this particular case. And that agent can just take over the call and assist the customer. So there's not that three-way conversation going on. So bilingual, if you know individuals that speak some of the different languages, definitely let us know, you know, and share this information with them. You know, this is not a secret. It's a good, best kept secret, but we don't intend it to be a secret. We want to share with anyone who feels this could be helpful for them. All right, and I also mentioned earlier we have one or two office supply companies that we provide service for, a major appliance retailer, even electric companies, utility companies, and on and on, okay? And as you know, I can definitely tell you in the last 6 months of 2017, we probably added at least a good 6 to 7 new companies that we did not have in the previous years. Now, along with that, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the longevity of the companies that we have on board, a lot of companies have been with us since day one of Arise being established in the mid-90s, late 90s, or we have some that have been with us many, many years, and they continue to reap the benefits of our customer service agents taking calls for their customers. All right.